Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to make an RC car, or if you want to start in hobby grade, this is what this is. It's cheap and helps bring your creativity level up. It's just nice to know what RC car, if it breaks down, which it won't, because, if you make it, then you feel better about yourself because you can say, yeah, I made that. Might not be the best, but it might not be the worst. It's just, you made that, you can have fun with it, So, what we have here is New Bright RC car tires and front steering component. They use like the same thing for everything. And all you do to make a hobby grade, you don't have to make this hobby grade either. You can use toy grade components throughout the whole thing and just make an RC car if you want. But for a cheap hobby grade one, this is what you do. You cut this little part out with like soldering iron. You can just melt this out so the steering horn can fit in there. Take the spring out and the motor out. And that's it for that component. Put the wheels on, you put the screws on, just make sure, it's able to move, you're all good. 9-gram servo, about $2 for more expensive ones. Cheaper ones are like 99 cents on eBay. Glue it onto a piece of basswood, get from the dollar store. It's even better. Most of the components here you can get for under $5 a piece, except for the receiver and transmitter. That's about $30. Everything else here is really cheap. 99-cent 18650 holder. You can use AA batteries if you have a AA battery holder. You don't have to. These hold two 18650s, very high capacity, high discharge batteries. These are about $5 a piece, but you can get a little bit cheaper ones on eBay. Just don't get the Ultra Fire ones. They're unreliable and can actually overheat and burst into flames. I've seen it happen. What else we got here? Got this gearbox out of a Radio Shack RC car. Very simple, very cheap, and decently powerful. It has a 180 size motor with a brass pinion gear on it. Very nice. It's nothing really special. It just works. I mean, it works for proportional controllers, so that's nice. Moving on, ESC. 10 to 15 amp ESC, depending on what you're using. You can get this for about $7 on eBay, $5 even, if you get them for cheap. That's about it. Tires are from New Bright car. You can get most of the New Bright and toy grade components from Goodwill. If they don't have a remote, it's even better because they're cheaper. Take tires off, put them on here. You can take the gearbox out. If it comes out, make sure it comes out. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. You can always chop off the back part and put it on here. Yeah. So if you want to make it for like, if kids want a hobby grade RC car, but you're worried about price and durability, and if it breaks down, if there's other parts, you can just make one yourself. It's not a really big deal. And if it breaks, like the chassis, you can just take everything off, re-glue it back on a different chassis, and you're all good. And it works, and it's cheap, and it's fun, and you get a little bit of fun building it. You could even 3D print some components if you wanted to, like a grill. But what you really could do for a cheap body is, I've been doing stuff like this for a long time. I made this truck years ago, and I just revived it with hobby grade components. And back up here to get it. See it? It's supposed to be an F-250, but I made this so long ago that I didn't have a lot of skills with this. So I'm talking about, it doesn't have to look good, but if you like just making stuff, it's perfect. So, what we have here, New Bright buggy tires. These rims are actually off little table sliders. get a little bit more light. You put these on like the bottom of your chair, so you can slide around on your floor. That's all they are. I think some aluminum just glued on there. Tag board, which is falling off, needs to be glued back on. Foam board, some foam. I don't know what that's doing in there. It's not supposed to. Rubber bands, more foam board. And all I do is to put screws in here, make it stick. I mean, you just gotta get creative with the materials you have. More tag board, more foam. It is falling apart, but the thing about this has lasted 3 years with use and abuse for when I didn't have hobby grade components. More jankiness. Again, a new bright steering component with a servo put in like I showed you before. This is a really cheap Chinese gearbox, which a lot of Chinese products use, if they're specifically Chinese, not like, you know, American brands we know, like New Bright, like Jada, or stuff like that, use a gearbox like this, or similar to it. They could use a little bit bigger one, a little bit smaller one. They usually use a 280 size motor, so pretty powerful for a lighter vehicle. Again, using materials, some barbecue skewers, plastic, foam, very durable for some reason. And again, you gotta go with cheap stuff. So what do we have for electronics? Again, a 20 amp ESC. A WL Toys battery. You can get 2 of these for about 15 bucks on Amazon. The same exact receiver I was using in that other car that I just made today, actually. So. And a cheap 9-gram servo. All of it for under 30 bucks. Because you can buy more receivers when you buy the radio, so it's not a big deal. So you gotta get creative. Made this in 2016 when I was really young. There's the servo. Oops. This is gonna keep falling. There we go. See how that works? And you just close the hood. That's what you got. Turn on. Binds. Just adjust your trim. It's actually got ridiculously fast steering. Pretty powerful. You can lift itself up. So, gearbox. Might wobble a little, but it works. It's pretty torquey because sometimes they have to gear down the gearbox quite a bit for the vehicle they put it in originally to drive. But if you have a lighter vehicle like this, where it's all foam and popsicle sticks, this probably weighs not even a pound, a half pound. So, I mean, this is a 16-inch long car. It actually has, you know, working components. Even has headlights. Just open this up here. Grab the switch. There, has working headlights, which I salvaged from the car I took the parts off of. So, I mean, it's not hard to do. It's just you have to have the creativity, you have to be able to want to do it, and then execute. That's all you have to do. Yeah, it's really fun. If it breaks down, go to Goodwill, buy another car, strap it in, all good. So, that was a video on how to make RC cars. And if you want to hobby grade them for really cheap, I'm gonna keep dropping that. And yeah, see, I'm trying to make another truck. I didn't even mean to, and it's the same wheelbase. So I mean, you know, now I can make another truck or a Suburban, something like that. Now I can have fun, and it's for really cheap, so I don't have to buy a bunch of components. Just have to salvage some stuff, and you're all good. That's the end of this video.